Hello, hello. This is Lori from the Pink Girly channel. Welcome, welcome. It's Monday night here on the East Coast. Fresh cup of coffee. Lovely. It's quite lovely. I can't say that I'm in a funk. I just don't know what I feel like doing. Okay? Did you ever feel like that? I've got tons of things to do. And I was talking to Journey earlier this afternoon and told her I've got some Christmas projects. Barbara, hello. It's so nice to see you. I've got some Christmas projects that I need to finish up. Hi, Kathy D's Creative Coos. That's a mouthful, but very cute. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. And I start too late on I get these ideas, to do this stuff, and I start too late. And then if you have a problem, hi, Ange. Yes, I know why. Girl, Ange, you don't eat at home anymore. I just noticed that's crooked. I got this piece of fabric. I don't know where. I don't know if somebody gifted it to me. I don't remember buying it. I know I love it. So I'm thinking I'm going to cover these pages. Well, not really cover. I'm going to stick it around. I'm going to stick it around and stitch it in. That's what I'm planning. I made these little file folders. I took big file folders. My sister Nancy used to work for a company called Visible Systems. And what they did was go in and they would install file systems for, doctors' offices and hospitals. So these are reject file folders that they were just going to put in the bin. So, the trash picker took them. So I cut them. I left the original fold, but I cut them down and then I put them in my envelope machine and made the little tabs. You know how Kathy, hey, Kimberly Ray, how are you? You know how Kathy Arbor paints on file folders? It's the same concept. I'm stealing her idea, but on a smaller scale. She does the regular size. But see, I'm just noticing this fabric's just a little bit crooked here. And Lori doesn't really cut very straight. So this could not turn out very well. So I thought I would do this for a little warm up while everyone is arriving and finding a place to park. See, it just doesn't cut straight. See? And I don't have a sharp one of those little sharp wheelie things. Is that what you use? Is Angie gone already? Is that what you use to cut with, Ange? One of those little wheelie things? I think I have to sneeze. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. I might have to just live with it that way. Okay, so this is way big. Way big. Way big. See, I want to punch the holes all at the same time. I don't think I necessarily want this to wrap because, see, I want to be able to use as much of this fabric on other projects as I can. So maybe if I put a mark there, I'll be able to cut on it, cut it fairly well. Hi, Marty. Nice to see you. Get out. Somebody stole your parking spot. Man, I hate when that happens. That's when it's great to have a bouncer with you. Travel with a bouncer at all times, I say. Could have stood to have a bouncer when we were in France last year. We had a little issue. Wasn't with parking, no. So welcome to everyone who's coming in. So what I decided to do is I'm going to color this evening. Once I get this underway. I don't know why I put the blue line. The blue line's not going to come off, I don't think. I guess I could follow these little stitch lines. Isn't this cool fabric? This is Cantha, correct? Peggy. Hi, Peg. Nice to see you. All right, so let's put that aside. And then I don't really need all these file folders, I'm sure. I am sure. Oh my goodness, I've been fine. Oh, look, I just pulled that stitch. See, now the other thing I have to think about is, see, I want this flower. I was going to come down the other way, but I want this flower on the book. So I'm going to have to put it this way. Feeding hubby dinner to quiet him down. Yeah, we had, the chef didn't make anything tonight. Oh. So I was on my own. Left to my own devices, it's not good. Not good. You know what? Hi, Candy. The rattier it is, sometimes the better it turns out. I pushed my, I probably could use that piece for a tie around because I could cut that in half and then stitch the ends together. Make a little cinch if I wanted to. It would be a cinch to make a cinch if I so desire. I'm trying to drink my coffee while it's hot. I have a habit of only drinking about this much coffee because then it gets cold. I like to have it, really hot. So I want that up there. Now I've just put these in, really kind of hit or misty. And I'm really just winging this and not really measuring anything. I found my spare catalog. So I grabbed that, put it in a place. Oh, I made more button thingies. You know how we were making the little button ornaments from Treasure Books? I made a couple more. I'll show you. All right, I'm just going to do 3. 3 holes. Here we go. Right down to the center of town. Woohoo! I don't think it got through the fabric. Oh, maybe. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Oh, I should leave that in there so I could check. That'll be easy to go through the fabric, though. All right, so I have some wax linen thread here, whatever they call it. I don't need this much, but I always cut off too much here. I think some of my scissors need to go see the scissor man. Some of them are not only dull, but that pair of Timmy scissors, because I'm having a hard time getting them open. I think I perhaps have abused them. Just perhaps. Just perhaps. All right, I'm going to try to find a sharp. Yeah, that's got a little bit of a point. Peggy, I've thought about that, but I just don't have any. I don't really have any room. I'm really such a mess. I really and truly am a mess. Really and truly. All right, I decided I want to have the tie in the center, apparently, because that's where I started. See, the problem with the fabric is if it didn't poke through, I can't see where my holes are. And then I start, oh, there's a hole. Then I start singing, there's a hole in my pocket. Dear mother, dear mother. That's why yours caught on fire? No room? This needle I picked out, it's got a flat nose. It's pointy, but it's got a flat nose. I don't know what the flat nose is about. I'm really not a sewer. So how is everyone? Candy said she sent one to Rebecca several years ago, excuse me, and she uses it all the time. I had one in my office, and then I was thinking it would be cute to have a little, ceramic mug with a lid, but I broke one of those. Dad used to say I was a bull in a china shop, and he wasn't too far from the truth on that one either. So I reheat. I usually have 2 coffee cups going. And Artie Dar, hello, hello. All right, I'm waiting to share a story with you all about why I should stay out of the kitchen. So today I figured I was going to make some chaffles, and I got the ingredients out, got my little waffle maker out, and then I was going to make some tuna so I can just have things in the fridge, so when I'm ravenous and I don't feel like doing anything, I've got stuff prepared, trying to be a little proactive. Well, I needed some, the spray stuff so things don't stick to your waffle maker, right? So I said to my husband, "Don't we have any of that?" And he said, "Yeah, it's up top." Well, that up top means I almost just knocked over my cold beverage. It means above the stove. So he just sat down. I didn't really want to bug him. And, he puts things where you have to be, a member of the land of the giants to reach stuff. So I thought, well, I got this. I just grabbed a little spatula out of the little utensil tub. And I've done this plenty of times before. So I just knocked it towards me and I catch it and all is well. Well, I didn't catch it. So it flipped out of my hand. The lid popped off. The spray can hit the floor. And as I'm looking through the sun coming through the window, I just see all these little particles. Hair busted and it was spraying and it wouldn't stop spraying. So now I'm screaming. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, hon. It's coming at it. Can't get it to stop. It's broken. course, Hun comes to the rescue, grabbing me a plastic bag. The whole can unsprayed into the plastic bag. Yep, oil. Hi, Janice. This is why it's better if Lori stays out of the kitchen. We no longer have a can of spray. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to tie this off. You did that with spray varnish? Oh my gosh, I hope you were outside or in the garage. I think I'll do a lovely bow. I think I'll do a lovely bow. See, way too much. I did way too much here. That's all right. I'll just give a little trim. Yeah, it was on the floor. Wasn't near my eye. I'm thankful I saw it. I did slip a little bit though, because of course I didn't realize it was, all over the floor. All right, so we'll see how this is. This is just, I don't know why I put coffee on these. So this is just to draw and do art and paint on, because Kathy Arbor paints on file folders, and so I decided I wanted to as well. So that's one project done. So that's good. So let's see, where can I put this? So then yesterday when I was on, I was doing the little button things. Peggy sent us a picture of her little buttons. So I think I did this one on stream. Supposed to be a little tray. Hi, Pam. And then this one I did on stream. Now you can use them as a little charm. You could use them as a little zipper pull, I guess, if you wanted to, or an ornament. So then this one I did later. Peggy put a bell on the bottom of hers, so I copied her. Put a little bell on this one. This one's got a pair of mittens, and this one I put the lobster claw clasp on top. I think they're just darling. This one, I think I untied this, and I did put the bead cap on top of this one. He's not really staying down there that great, but it does look cute with it on there. And I didn't give this guy a charm. This one might be for me. And then this one's a little loosey-goosey, but I think it'll be okay. Hi, Sharon. I put a little lobster claw on this one and a little Christmas tree charm. This one I put the tree trunk on. I'm going to attach these to some gifts. And then I tried the snowman, a snowman, snow people, snow person. I put bells on his button. This one, I think it's okay. This one I like better because this one I put a scarf. I just tied some ribbon. And this one I put the snowflake charm on the bottom. So, I mean, they're cute, right? Okay. Janice is going to go put her sweats on, try to warm up. So that's the story there. And I can just hear it now. Well, what are you doing? Christmas, Christmas. So we'll see. I probably could make a couple more. I was going to make a couple for my nieces, but I think my one niece would really like them, but I'm not sure my other niece will. So I don't know. I got tired of sorting. Me buttons. Oh, look, see, I just undone this. I just undone that one. That one I think will be for me. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do this evening. And like I say, I have tons of stuff to do. But I don't know if you guys get bored seeing the same stuff all the time. Like how many days do you want to watch somebody work in the same journal? That journal I was working on Sunday, I still have tons to do in that. And I just thought, well, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. So I decided I'm going to color. Now, as some of you, probably quite a few of you know, I have decided to study color pencil and joined an academy. And the gal that runs the academy, her name is Bonnie Snowden. She lives in North Yorkshire in the UK. And she has us art on two different surfaces, largely, that I had never heard of before. One being Pastelmat, and that's a rough, kind of almost a gritty type of a surface, and the other being drafting film, which this is drafting film. Now, Bonnie uses mostly polychromos and luminance, and she uses those two pencils mostly because of how they go onto the surfaces that she uses. And for her, the Prisma colors are too soft, have too soft of a core. So she gives us, this is a tutorial I'm taking with her. This is a what you call it, a leveret rabbit, which means a young hare in the UK. And this is as far as I've gotten. But the cool thing is that if you're not familiar with drafting film is kind of like what we would liken to maybe like a, see when I lift them off, you can't see any of the lines. Almost like a vellum paper. It's a little thicker and it's cloudy. Now this guy's done with the polychromos and the luminance pencils and some Pablos, okay? And well, with a Pastelmat, your pencil dust goes down into those little crevices, and so you can move that around. So I thought it might be fun. Well, maybe not fun for you, but it'll be fun for me. Is I'm going to I've put a piece of this drafting film on top of one of my color book pages. You have bunny slippers that look like that? Get out. Oh. Yeah, it feels like a heavier vellum. So I pulled out some colors. This color book is Coleridge Wild. I don't know what number this one is. Maybe this one's number 1. Huh. I didn't notice that before. So I picked out this little girl. I don't know how well this is going to be for you guys. So you can see the image under there, but this is clear. So, hey, there's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. So I'm going to start coloring, and you really shouldn't lay your hand on it. And I'm going to use my Prismacolors just to see how they work. So I've picked out some colors. I don't know what I'm doing, so take that into consideration, please. And I think I'm going to put my tin down here so I have something to rest this on. And I'm just going to color and watch chat and chat. And if you want, I can get I purchased, oh, what do you call them? Some trivia question cards. Of course, I won't get much coloring done if I do that. But if things get boring, we may have to go to plan B. So up here, I don't know if you can see, she's got a little closed flower, which I'm assuming is supposed to be like these little petal flowers. And I don't really know what these flowers are. Quite frankly, I don't really care. I'm going to color them the way that I want. So I'm going to use now I've got a new pencil. It's not really new. Oh, Kathy went to Michael's. I think I want my point a little bit sharper. My son got from a friend an old sharpener, and it really sharpens them probably a little too much. But so I'm just going to start laying down some color. And as Bonnie says on this drafting film, you're trying to get a nice, even coat. Of course, she largely does animals, animal portraits. Now I'm trying to use soft pressure because I'm really not sure what to expect. With the rabbit, she has us doing mostly. Yes, Barbara, yes, thank you. Except we don't have no more. I ruined it all. I ruined it all. This is called drafting film. It's not a tracing paper. It's very smooth and silky. So I've got a bag of pencils over here, and then I pulled out some other ones that I sharpened. So this color here I'm using is Pink Rose. Now my instructor, she layers a lot of um, these colors. It feels like a vellum candy, but it's actually called drafting film. I think the company name is Graphics. I've got some more bud over here. See, now the thing of it is that the line art for this is pretty good, but some of it is very light. So it's hard to see, where I need to color. But the cool thing is that you don't have to trace any line art, which is kind of cool. What's its purpose? It's just a substrate to put art on, as far as I know. I mean, I'm working with it with colored pencils. There may be other purposes for it. That's the only purpose I know, but I'm very new at this. And good question. I don't really know. I don't know if people that do drafting um, use it for, putting over their drawings or something, where they can layer it up and show different. I don't really know. I could have looked that up, but I didn't even think of that question. So after you, see now I'm doing smooth surface here. Like with the rabbit, I used a lot of like little strokes. And then different colors on top of each other. To get the effect of the fur. And then trying to make the fur look soft and fluffy. So I'm just going to continue this. And then I'm going to come back in with a darker shade of pink and see if I can get some detail in. This may be a bust, guys. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to try to stick to the, oh, I was looking for this color earlier. Okay. I'm going to stick to using the Prismas to see how they work on this. Now this one is called, I guess, Blush. I had such a hard time reading the names of these pencils. And all of the brands, it's like they make them for young people who have good eyes. Oh, you know what else? You know what I didn't do again? I didn't do the, gosh, I didn't do the bot thing again. Oh, let me go over to, oh, I've got a little string tied around my camera to remind me. Do you think I ever look at the string? It's like my kids when they were trying to clean up their room. Not seeing the dirt or not seeing the paper. Like my husband would say to our son, "You didn't pick up any of the paper." What paper? Ay, ay, ay. Selective vision. Selective vision. Huh. All right. It only takes a minute, not even a minute, but I forget to do it. I just don't like the bots. The baby bots. The baby bots. All right, so I think this pink is a little darker. It probably is not dark enough. So now I'm just going to come over top of what I have and gradually add some shading. Now, if you have a question for me, which I probably won't be able to answer because I couldn't answer Kathy's question, put it in caps. I will try to answer, and I'm going to try not to flip my book, but I don't know. I'm a flipper. I think I'm going to do this part of the petal darker. A little darker spot there. I don't know. Can you guys see a difference yet? It's really cool stuff. See, it's so light pink you can't even see where my colors are. Let's get a little green in here. Like I am barely touching the page. I can bring my camera down a little bit if you guys think that will help any. Be a little better to see. And she says it erases pretty well too. I don't know. I was thinking I didn't really get an eraser. Yes, closer. Let me know if that's too close. I didn't bring my phone out here to check to see how it looks. All right, I also brought out let's see, I think I did a kelp, which is a darker, yeah. See, I don't really know, like, the properties of the pencils to know why they're, I mean, I think the other reason she doesn't use the Prismas a lot is because she does a lot of portrait work, and some of the Prismas are light fast, but some are not. So, doing portrait work, I guess you'd be more concerned about that. But like she said, a lot of professional artists really use the Prisma as well. They're just not her preference for what she works on. So what's everybody else doing tonight? I need to get another pink. Another pink. I need a little bit of a darker pink. So before I was, that's a red. I was gifted, my daughter and son-in-law a couple years ago gifted me a set of Prismacolors pencils. And right before, I didn't know I was getting them. I guess it was for a birthday, maybe. And right beforehand, I had purchased the Spectrum Noir brand. I think they're called blenders or blend something. So then I ended up not really using those. Of course, I had them all out of the tins. I couldn't return them, all that jazz. So fast forward, I gave them to my granddaughter. So we were over there making cookies Saturday. And then after we were done cookies, we were coloring. Oh my gosh, they're terrible. I mean, the kid doesn't know. But now I feel like I need to get her some decent pencils. Now I'm barely touching the surface. The color comes off. I remember I had tuned in late to a stream of Xandra's, and she was talking about it goes on like butter, and then she was saying she was coloring on vellum, and I hadn't tried it. I still haven't tried it. But this must be what it's like. I don't want to pick up the wrong pencil. see any difference. I can bring my little makeup brush to, clean off the crumbs. You do make some crumbs. I guess so, Kathy, after traveling all that distance and then you're out shopping today, girl. Time for the little pooch to go out and go potty. Now, Bonnie, who is the lady who runs the academy where I'm studying, she said that, it's hard to get a smooth finish on the drafting film. See, like with the rabbit, where'd I put him? See, like this, we put some color down, but we're not putting solid color. We're using pencil marks like this, and then she has a scratching tool. You come in and you can scratch some of the hi honey, see you later. You can scratch some of the color back off. Yes. You got home and cleaned the fridge out? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Candy. I don't know if you guys see my mouse arrow on my screen. Geez, I hope not. Yeah, that seems really long. Well, do you had to go to different stations maybe and sit and wait? Boy, that seems like a really long time. Okay, let's see if I can get any. Create some darkness in the throat of the petals. And of course, this I'm not looking at a sample. Like if you're doing, like when we do stuff in this art academy, we're looking at a reference photo where we can see where the darks and the lights are. It does make it a little easier. I'll put some, you know how petals have, if you look at a petal of a flower real close, a lot of times you can see like little veins. Try to put some of those in. And I don't want to put my hand on here because I think that'll smudge it. Do you guys ever notice like your refrigerator sometimes either feels really empty or it feels really full? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I love Prismacolor's dark purple, but I don't know if I have any dark purple out here. I use it to shade a lot of stuff. Yes, it is Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Did I say hi to you? I don't think I saw you come in. Maybe I saw Kimberly Ray, but not Kimberly 557. Yeah, this is one of Emanuela Cologne's Coleridge Wild. I don't know. I'm thinking this might be the first one because it doesn't have a number attached to it. Let's see if I can find my. See if I can find a dark purple. I used a little washi tape to hold my paper down. I think a lot of the girls where I'm studying, they use like a coloring board that is magnetic, and they have a little magnet that sits on and holds their paper steady. Dark purple. I would like not to have to sharpen that. I should have another one already sharpened. Oh, this might be it. Here we go. Woo, 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 woo. And just like Dee Dee says, you know, the contrast is the deal. Oh, was she the maid? Rosie was the maid, right? Pink Rose, yeah. So I'm hoping that this Peggy's back. She had to search for confessions for hubby. He must have a lot to say. He won't. Rosie the robot. Yeah. I'm trying to stay away from this part of the petal here so that hopefully there's a little bit of a contrast and it'll appear to be, you know, quite light. Gosh, I haven't thought about the Jetsons in a really long time. I can always come back in too, you know. Washer should load the dryer. So you don't have to worry about any of that. My husband does all that stuff. My husband is so funny. I don't know if I've said this before, but he snores through the show, and as soon as the commercial comes on, because he records and then we watch it because he doesn't like the commercials. This is at least this is the plan, you know, should he stay awake. I have no chores, Kathy. I have no chores. I have no chores. I'm telling you, I'm spoiled. I get away with everything. So he goes sound asleep on the couch. He is snoring, and as soon as the commercial comes on, he's wide awake and he's fast forwarding. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. All right, I'm going to try one of these petals here on the sunflower. This is called Sable don't know which color I want to start with. I know my husband does that too if he is awake. I'm like, why are you talking when we're supposed to be paying attention? And he never knows what's going on in the story. Never. I'm like, you've been watching it for 40 minutes. How can you not know what's, well, I think this, he's always wrong. Just clueless. Clueless girls when it comes to what he's watching. There's Carol. Hi, Carol. So now I'm just kind of doing a sweeping motion because this is a big area to cover. Yeah, well, I really shouldn't get away with it. I do have some issues, and I do some things. I don't do a lot though. I don't do anything regular. Maybe go out to the mailbox. I mean, there's certain things I cook, but it's like he prides himself in getting a meal on the table in 20 minutes. I'm like, go for it, baby. Go for it. Did everything when the kids were young and they were in school and he was working, I was at home, and then I went to work. I worked for many years. Oh, Kimberly, thank you, but no, this is a coloring book. I really want to do her face. It's really hard for me not to do her face first. But see, when I lift this film up, so you can't even see. It's so light so far. I'm trying to go a little quicker. See, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just seeing how this works. So I've got that. I think that was called Jasmine, and I think I pulled out, uh, gosh, goldenrod. Yeah, let's try some goldenrod. Is Malia here? Gosh, there she is up there. Hi, Malia. When Bonnie Snowden uses the scratch tool, no, she calls it a scratch tool. What it is like an X-Acto knife. I haven't been able to find the one that she uses, but she's in the UK. What I did find was I bought this. I love this X-Acto knife. But the blade that she uses is that I think they call it ceramic. It's white. And she uses it backwards. And she scratches the surface and it scratches off some of the pencil, and that's how she does a lot of the hairs on the animals and the whiskers. I don't know if you can see, like in here on the ears, see all those little lines? They're all scratch marks. I don't know if this will clear, if you can see, all like in here. I don't know if that's clearing up. All here. That's all scratch marks. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating. You have those, Candy? Hers looks like a pencil. So I haven't, oh, thanks, Carol. I haven't been able to find, of course, I only looked. I didn't look that hard, Candy. That's very sweet of you. Um, I could look again. But what I have is working, is working okay. So, where this, petal is hitting this flower, I want to try to make that a little darker, methinks. And then she uses, yeah, but they are sharp too, right? But yeah, I would think they would be safer. And then she uses the Tombow eraser, that little skinny thing, and it's got the really little skinny erasers. And then she goes in, like, it looks like this. I probably can use this to show you. Like, you know how Dee Dee will use that battery operated eraser? Like these things. But see, this one's got a skinny tip. But that's like what you put in that Tombow eraser. And then she pinches off the end of it. I'm not going to pinch it because I don't want to pop my nail. But then she'll get a clear spot and then say, say I want this to be light right in here. And then she just goes in and she starts taking out the color pencil with the eraser. And that's how you get your highlights. I mean, I didn't know about any of this stuff. I have used it very, very infrequently, Peggy. And I really kind of forgot I was coloring something. I guess I was asking Kathy Arbor, and she's like, Lori, you can erase that. I'm like, what? What? It takes me a while. I catch on after a while, but usually takes me a while before I catch on. Her name is Bonnie Snowden, Bonnie with a Y, and I joined her academy. She probably does have some stuff on YouTube, and it's Snowdon. Her work is amazing. It doesn't look like you're looking at a drawing. It looks like you're looking at a photograph. And her students, their work is really tremendous as well. I think I need it darker. I think I pulled out, let's see. This is Sienna Brown. If you like to color, and if you are a person that colors, and you're here, you know what I mean when I say if you use a certain brand pencil, you get to know them. Hey, Janet. Nice to see you. So I know my Prismacolors pretty well. Like, I know what colors are available. I pretty much know the names. I don't know the numbers. But like for this, if I know I wanted to try to deepen this a little bit, I know I wanted to go to like a sienna brown kind of color. But with Bonnie, this is all new to me because I don't know the pencils that she uses. I don't know the colors. And of course she layers them on top of each other to get a certain look or a certain color. You can see that a little bit better. I don't know if I pulled out. What did I pull out here? This is French gray. I love the French gray. Oh, thank you, Janet. Warm gray. Yellow ochre. You pull in a little yellow ochre. This flower, I think, should be a little darker in the back. I'll put some of that yellow ochre in there. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. So what's everybody else up to? Are you all ready for the holiday? I've got everything on my bed. I went through today and got things together so I could determine what I have to actually get wrapped. So that was good. You leave for the Smoky Mountains on Friday. So did you wrap everything where you were and it's in the car ready to go, or do you still have all that to do, Kath? Put my little knife up here. I'm just trying to deepen down here by the shadows, just a little bit at a time. Is this something you do every year, like it's tradition, Kathy, or is this a new spot for you to go? Always thought one year even if it's just my immediate family, I'd like to have Christmas in a chalet, like in Germany or something. But I think my son and I are the only. You're going to be quiet at home, just the two of you, Candy? That could be good too, right? We're still not sure. I know I'm going to my sister's, but as far as seeing my daughter, we don't know timing yet. We're still working that out. Bye, Barbara. You're going about to be domestic goddess. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Have a good evening. maybe a little bit of this over here. The first project. Hey, there's Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, yeah? You think you found it? Cool. Can you send me a link maybe on what do we where do I talk to you? IG, I forget, or Messenger. Do you mind, Vanessa? That would be great. What's I gonna say? It flew out of my head. Let's come around this way a little. Okay, Janet. I'm using the yellow ochre for the back petals. I'm using a little more pressure back here. There's a Jerry's Artorama not too far from us, so I guess it was a couple of months ago. My husband took me over because, like I said, when I want to get started when I joined this academy, I wanted to get started, but I didn't have any of the stuff. And so I've been building up, some things that I need. And of course, one of them was this drafting film. And it comes in great big sheets. So I've only bought one sheet of it. And my husband cut it up into smaller bits for me, like maybe 9 by 12s. You probably can get it in a tablet too, but this is how they sold it. So I think that's yellow. Hey, Gail, I didn't expect to see you. How you doing? You feeling better? I hope you're feeling better. This is trying to get in this darker stuff. I like it. I like that you don't have to trace your image on it. So that's one thing I like. And I'll know more. Yes, you're better. Not fully well, but better. Wonderful. Progress is always good. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Peggy. See, I didn't even think about that. Thank you so much. Bonnie is very down to earth. And a lot of her videos and tutorials that she has on in her academy, she's got four. Well, now she's got four. She didn't always have four. Four dogs, and a couple of them I think are pretty good size. And you can you can hear when they go to. They're like right in her studio with her, and you can hear them flop down on the floor, and you can you can hear them snoring. It's hysterical. She doesn't pay them any mind, as long as they're quiet and they're being good, she just it's a scream. It's an absolute scream. But sometimes though, I guess they want to get close to her and she'll say, "You've got to move your bottom. You've got to move your bottom." It's hysterical. So I have all my wrapping done. I have all my shopping done. I shop online. It's just so easy. And I've got a couple of handmade things I need to get done. My son called me the other day and said, "Mom, how small can you knit?" I said, "Well, what are you talking about? Like, can you do like little stitches?" I said, "Yes." Like, "Do you have really tiny needles?" I said, "What do you want?" He said, "Well, when I go out to my car in the morning, my gear shift thing is really cold and I have to wear gloves. Can you knit me something to to cover that?" "Gail, you're done shopping and wrapping?" That's wonderful. It's all relative though, right? At least you're done. I think my sister's done. At least my youngest sister, I think she's done. Yeah, we've got to pick up a couple of things. We do like a potluck. So we are responsible for the mashed potatoes. We do my younger sister makes this roast beef in a slow cooker. It's to die for to me. It's like so good. It's so tender. Always turns out well. So my job is the coleslaw. See, I'll make that because my husband doesn't make that. I'll make the coleslaw. Just finished this afternoon. That's terrific. And my husband will mash the potatoes. He's really good at it. But his secret is he uses a couple different kinds of potatoes. That's part of his secret to good mashed potatoes. You have an 8-pound brisket and wow. How many folks are you expecting, Peggy? I think there'll be about 15 at my sister's. Of course, my one niece's husband, oh my goodness. You want to get in line before Antonio. This kid can pack it away. Only 7? Wow, Peg, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of meat. Oh, it does? I don't know about brisket. You'll cook at the cabin, says Kathy. We're taking up shrimp. Ooh, nice. But I hope to get groceries when we get there. Yeah, that's always nice so you don't have to pack all that jazz. Yeah, it kinda works like a tracing. I didn't really trace, Janet. I'm just coloring over top of the image like you would in your coloring book, except I'm not coloring on the coloring page. I'm coloring on the film. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so cool. It's so cool. It shrinks almost half. Oh, wow. I don't know if I've ever had brisket. Sounds good. I guess you have some kind of a sauce on there, on a brisket. Do you have sauce? Let's see, what is this? This is the oh my goodness. If they would just put the words in black, yellow ochre, if they put the words in black, I think it would be so much better. They're in gold. Oh, wow. It probably smells terrific. We should get one sometime and try it. I know, Gail. I mean, it's terrible. And every brand that I've purchased with this new adventure, they're all the same. I can't read any of them. It can be quite frustrating. So did anybody have a chance to go and watch the Treasure Books her video on doing the little buttons, the little button ornaments? Peggy, I guess by the time that's done, it's like you don't have to cut it, right? It probably just falls apart. And why not in black? Just as easy. I'm not catching what you're saying, Kathy. I'm sorry. I need more. I need more splaining. It's probably something I said, and now I forget what I said. Oh yeah. Oh, the words on the pencil. Yeah, right. Why not in black? Right. Does the black ink cost them more money than the gold? I know, right, Janet? I kind of when buying buttons, and if I pick through and get buttons, I mean, I don't get huge ones, but I kind of night, Carol. Thanks for popping in. Um, See that quick, it left my head. I kind of stay away from the real tiny buttons, but that would be cool. I was trying to think of some other little shapes you could make, for down like, hey, Dana, how are you? Nice to see you. So the other night I watched White Christmas. I think I'm in the mood to watch Holiday Inn. I'll have to have my husband find that. Hey Riri, nice to see you. Okay, Kimberly. Um, I'm not too savvy on the TV trying to find different things. But I think I'm in the mood for that. I don't know why, and I like to watch, I haven't watched this one either. Miracle on 34th Street. I like that one, but I know you're all gonna say, "What?" I'm just not that crazy about oh, the one with Jimmy Stewart, George Bailey. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the stinking movie. I know you know what one I'm talking about. I'm afraid to push too hard because if I push too hard, I'm afraid, it's gonna, first of all, I'm afraid it'll leave a dent, and then I'm afraid I won't be able to blend my colors. It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you. Joanne Booth? Joanne Booth, my neighbor? Joanne, is it you? Or is it a different Joanne Booth? It's my neighbor. Hi. Girls, this is my neighbor Joanne. Oh, I'm so happy you popped in. Yes, I remember the March of the Wooden Soldiers. Yeah, you can dent it because, like, when you store it, like, I have it in a binder now in a little pocket sleeve because Bonnie was saying, it can get a dent in it, and then when you're trying to color, you can't get it in that groove. I think it's hard to. Of course, if you're doing something smooth like this, I guess it would be more noticeable. If you're doing an animal, like with fur, I guess maybe you could hide it a little bit. I know what I was gonna start to tell you. The first project, I wanted to get started on a coloring project. So I wanted to work on this, what is it? A Weimaraner? Yes, Kathy, you can. You can color it multiple times. I didn't think about that. Um, so I got started on it. Of course, I didn't have the right surface, didn't have the right pencils, so I was using my Prismacolor pencils, and I was doing it on a smooth surface. And it looks great, but I never finished it because what I did, yeah, that's where we found, I think that's where my husband found White Christmas, Peggy, for me. Um, I didn't write down any of the pencils I was using. So I'll probably never finish him, and he looks really cool, but I probably will never finish him because I could probably go in and fiddle around and figure it out. But so I'm trying to do now, even in coloring books, I don't sit down and finish. Um, I think it's called graphics, Kathy. If you put in drafting film in Amazon, I think the brand is Graphix, Graffix, maybe. There may be other brands, but that's the brand that Bonnie recommends. So I kind of want to do this center. To see if it'll make my petals pop a little bit. I have some of those black, what are they, Black Widow or something, but they're mostly skin tone colors. And I really want to stick with the Prismas. And I don't want to go black. I want to be able to go lighter and then build up. So I've got warm gray. Now, the one thing that Bonnie does with the eyes, like doing the pupils of the eyes, she does them in indigo blue first, and then she comes back in with She comes back in with black. And it makes it a really nice deep. I'm looking for maybe a chocolate brown or sepia. This is too light. Indigo blue. Gosh, so so hard to read them. This one's not sharpened. Dark brown. That'll work. Let me get another. Wish I could find my chocolate. Chocolate. This is not chocolate. This is more of a red sienna brown. And Stephanie, the Stephanie that oh, what does she call her channel? Deliberately creative, maybe? She was using this pencil sharpener one time. Oh, there's a burnt ochre. That might be nice. So she was telling us what it was. So I got one of those. And that's really a nice pencil sharpener. But on some of my pencils, the way it grabbed them, it kind of chewed up the sides of my... I'm not seeing my chocolate brown. What is this? This is chestnut. See, like here? I don't know if you can see that. It's like it's like a beaver was chewing on a pencil. Yeah, deliberately creative. Okay, thanks. It's a great sharpener. But it doesn't fit everything. Like some of the pencils that Bonnie uses. Is anybody familiar with Derwent? What do they call them? Hey, Shannon. They call them Derwent. Is it Studio or? She just started to use them on a project that I'm listening to. They're so fat. They don't fit in a regular pencil sharpener. No, I don't know. I don't know, kids. I don't know. Well, I don't think I want... Yes, well, Derwent Intense, but this is one of their pencils, Shannon. Gosh, what is... There's a chocolate, there's a charcoal. I don't know if it's Studio. I don't know. Excuse me, I have to sharpen this one here. I sharpened them one time. Dee Dee said, "Whoa, that's the sharpest pencil I've ever seen." Okay, so I'm going to put a little of this. It's like Prismacolor has Premiers and they have Scholar. You know, they're different. They're all Prismacolors, but they're different. The pencils sets are different names. Like Caran d'Ache has the Luminance, and then they have the Pablos, and Derwent has the Intense, but they also have this. It's not coming to me. It might be Studio. Yes, I guess they're different grades. Janice, yeah, you're probably right. But I had never heard of this. Well, I haven't heard of a lot of stuff she uses. But they're just so fat. You can't get them in the... Are they the Burrows? Do you have the Burrows? Everybody was saying, not everybody, but I was listening to, I guess it was Kathy and Colleen, and Eileen was there, and she was saying if you can get a hold of the Prisma Burrows, the Inktense are too fat too. And then to use the hand crank, but whatever these pencils are, they're the this part of the pencil, it's a real like orangey rusty color. I can't get it sharpened. It keeps breaking off. And they're not cheap either. I mean, you know, and then you grind it up in the it's a little annoying. It's a little annoying, I gotta say. Okay, so this looks cattywampus right there, doesn't it? Looks a little cattywampus. All right, so I'm gonna just do kind of elongated circle motion. Let's see how I make out with that. I should look for my sepia. And then I'm just going by what the artist has done on the picture. She's got some different shading here. I don't know. That's a good question too, Riri. I don't know. Kathy, you just bought Prisms today? Oh, Prisma is a good brand. If you got the Prisma, I will say this. If you got the Prisma Premier pencils, I would keep them. That's in my opinion. If you got the Prisma Scholar ones, I would return those. The first set of Prismas I bought, I didn't know there were different ones, and I bought the Scholar. The Scholars are more for sketching, which I didn't know at first. And I wanted to be able to blend them. Yeah, the Premier, this is what I'm using here. Yeah, the Premiers are fabulous. Fabulous. You have a large range of colors. Oh, okay. That's helpful. Thank you, Peggy. Peggy says Coloring Bliss on YouTube, a YouTube channel, offers a lot of good information on pencils. You got the Premier? Good girl. Good job. I think you'll like them. My favorite is lemon peel. Or is it? No, it's not lemon peel. It's lime peel, I think it is. Oh, that's a good idea, Gail. Watch a review. Especially if you're wanting a product that you're not familiar with. It's a good idea. Yeah, I tend to have a heavier hand too. I have to practice to be more light-handed and more intentional about being light-handed. I do like the Pablos that Bonnie has. Good night, Joanne. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Joanne helps take care of our 94-year-old neighbor. She's great with her. Okay, now this has to be a lot darker. I want this part here to be a highlight, so I might have to leave that blank until I find my chocolate brown. Now I'm just wondering if I take my warm gray 90%. Okay, so if I have this here and I'm looking at it's dark down around here, so I wonder if I come in like I don't want to go right to black. Come around this way. I got to make sure I get the paper back down where it was. And then try to drag some of this into the brown. I don't even know if I pulled out a black. I pulled out the indigo blue. Well, that's silly. I have pencils all over the house. And I want to be able to see a little distinction here. I'm kind of going in a circular motion to kind of keep that looking like a circle, hopefully. There's a little bit of dark coming down this way. Yeah, you were using Emerson's there for a while, right? I used to, the Crayola, yeah. My job was to run what we call a phone-a-thon, where I worked for a college, and I was the director of annual giving for a while. And part of my responsibilities was to raise money for scholarship support. So I would hire students who would call our alumni and friends and ask, for their financial support. And when we first would start out the season, we would reach people like gangbusters, and the kids were on the phone talking to people like all the time, and they were very busy, and there was paperwork to do and all that jazz. But as the weeks continued, can you believe I don't have a black in there? As the weeks continued, people, I guess, got wind of we were calling and stopped answering their phones or whatever. I don't know why, but it really dropped off dramatically. So I didn't want the kids talking to each other. So I would let them color. And even the boys would color. And they liked it. And I had all kinds of coloring pages, I would just tear them out of the books. And of course, I had to stay in the room and keep an eye on them to make sure they stayed on task. So I would color. Oh my gosh. Well, I had pencils, not these pencils. I forget what pencils I did use, but I didn't have my good Prismas in there. And the kids would look at my coloring papers and say, "Oh, well, yeah, well, you got" my bonus son, Gary, he would color. And, "You've got the good pencils, we're using crayons." I said, "All right, I'll use crayons." So I used crayons and colored, and they're like, "Okay, you win." Eh, kids are funny. Kids are funny. Now, where's the sienna brown I was using? Here it is. I never experienced or knew coloring books existed like the ones that Dee Dee uses. So when I found Dee Dee Willingham, my life changed. I must have packed up like 40 coloring books, gave them to my daughter. She has a 4th grade class. Because then my coloring tastes, dramatically changed. You can have better tools in Florida because you don't have, yeah. Yeah, if anything goes missing or goes awry here, I don't have anybody to blame because my husband doesn't touch this stuff. It's me, it's me. I misplaced it or left it somewhere. So let me ask you this. I can go get them and show you. So a while back, I think I was telling you guys one time, I had prepared to do an outside show down at one of the shore points, and I did a lot of um, kind of whimsical, funky watercolor type paintings, and I didn't sell many of them, right? So then I was messing around, and I haven't watched her in a while, but I like Tamara Laporte. We've talked about her before. So trying to do some work that kind of looks like the kind of work she does. And she does these bugs. If you scissors and pens, huh, Peggy? And so I did some bugs and they're just sitting here. I don't have any wall space. I'm not gonna frame them, but I'm wondering if I could make some kind of a journal out of them, like, just put them together, maybe put different pages between them, but what I'm wondering is, I wonder if I shall whack them, if I should cut them in half. I don't know. I don't know what I wanna do. I know I wanna do something with them because I hate that they're just sitting there. Yeah, let me get them and see. I'm open to suggestions. Hold on. Boy, I really get stiff after a while. Stiff, stiff. I mean, I don't have that many of them. But I thought they could be like dividers, you know? Hey, Jude. Excuse me. I could have had a little hiccup right there. Hi, Judy. How you doing? Let me pull this camera up a little bit. So this is supposed to be a butterfly. See, they're not very big. 7 by 10, maybe? Yeah, 7 by 10. So if I cut them, even in like half it and then half it, now this one might be a little tough. Well, I could just cut around. I don't know what I see. I put that on black. Yeah, I thought about covers, Peggy, but then I have all these covers. I don't need all the, you know. Yeah, that would make a cool cover, huh? They would make cool covers. Maybe if I folded them and made covers. Hey, Roy, how you doing? Nice to see you. Roy is sitting here making small gift bags of cookies and sweets for church folk and completely forgot to say hi. Yeah, well, I try to sell some of my other art at the market and a lot of folks, weren't really interested in them. And see, I think it'd be too big, they could be dividers and I could put other pages in between. I kind of do like the idea of a cover. And if I did that and then put some pages in between, then I could use them like signatures, really, right, Peg? And then put them in a big, like, binder thing. I'll give that some thought. That might be. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought people liked bugs too, but they didn't like these bugs. Like my husband said, well, they're cute, but what would you do with them? See, this one I glued on, I think if I heat that up, I could get that one off. Yeah, maybe a cover is the way to go. They were fun to do. I struggle to doodle. I have to work on doodling better, doodling more. I'm starting to get a little tired, girls. Getting a little tired. Nature journal covers. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to make this leaf down here a little darker. Whoops, not with pink. I almost got the pink. Almost got a pink leaf. Well, we would have seen what it's like to erase drafting film. So we had cookie day at my daughter's. The problem is before the holidays even get here, I mean, like actual Christmas, we've eaten all the cookies. I don't have a coffee table. My children are so not interested. So not interested. Okay, Gail, it was great to see you. I'm so glad you're feeling better. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Have a good evening. Now, this darker green is a little harder to get a nice coverage. I must be pressing probably a little too hard. See, I'm kind of all over the place here. So I'm not sure what that petal is there. I don't know if that's a flower petal or a different kind of a leaf. Guess it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. The other thing, one of the tips that Bonnie says, if you're filling in a solid space, to not pick up your pencil, and that kind of helps you to keep your pressure the same in any given area. So your coverage is more even and uniform. Grandma Sandy, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm trying to get the patterns in this leaf. Now I did pull out the darker green, the dark green. I don't think that's one thing I will say about the Prisma pencils. I don't know if anybody else has an opinion or uses them a lot. They don't have much in the way of greens, I don't think. Now it could be because I like green. That's my favorite. So that could be, but like they don't. I wish they had like a black green. They've got this dark green, but it's really like a blue. It's kind of bluish. I wish they had more. And I don't know if they really, keep coming out with colors. I don't know. It's so cool when you lift it up. Now, how you would frame this, because people do pet portraits on this stuff. So I guess you'd have to get, well, you probably would have to have it framed professionally, I guess. You know, put some kind of, I do now, Kathy, because I've had to, you know, with this academy getting the colors and the, see, because she uses different pencils for different things and different surfaces. Royce says, we have a big bin of Crayola crayons, broken and used and loved for the grandkids. And as soon as I open it, the smell brings, yep, that is a favorite smell. I'm the same way with pencils, like graphite pencil, like a regular pencil, you know, that you would draw with. Oh my gosh, I love to smell regular pencils. The pastel mat is apparently, it's not all created equal. Now, I bought it in a tablet form, but I guess you can get big sheets of that too. But you can see it has a scratchy surface. And because the Prismas are creamy, if you color on that surface, the colored pencil dust doesn't go down into into the scratchy, um, like the nooks and crannies of the paper, basically. And so she uses the harder pencils, which are the polychromos and the luminance, and then that way she can put light on top on dark. I'm just not sure what that is supposed to, I think that's supposed to be a leaf. I'm going to make that my lime peel color. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of her face. I can always put a paper down, you know, if I have to put my hand on when I'm doing the, so I'm going to use the, I think I'm going to use the light flush. Yeah, this is it. See, now it looks, I feel like I have some marks here on the film. We'll see how this colors up. I'll start with her little ear. Bring this back down a little bit. So when I'm done here, I've got to go work on a crocheted hat that I'm trying to get done for my grandson. And they have the sizes for 4-year-olds and then 6 and then 8. And our kids have bigger heads. My son, I mean, I could never find a hat that fit his head when he was little. I think he still has a hard time. So I decided to do the size 6. Gosh, it just looks enormous. So I have a feeling Christmas morning we'll all be laughing because when he puts it on, it'll probably droop over his, yeah, there must be a scratch in the drafting film there. All right, so I'm going to use a little deeper value. I pulled out the just the regular flesh color. I thought I thought I found one. I thought I found one. Oh, goodness. I know I found one. I didn't put it back in the pencil case, I don't think. This one is Deco Pink. That's a pink. This is a pink, I think. I keep picking up the Deco Pink. That might have been what I thought was the... Oh, stinkies. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, Roy, that he'll probably... But I mean, I guess your head does keep getting a little bigger, right? I want it to shade inside of her ear. Oh, I love that salmon color. I don't know if it's just me, but I have favorite colors that I always seem to go to doing. Now, see, this one's beige sienna. I don't think I'm going to like that. I don't think I'm going to like beige sienna. Rats. Now, there's another light. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Woohoo! My pencil sharpener keeps moving back. I have to get a little piece of my, you know, the stuff you can put in your underneath things so they don't slip. I forget what it's called. There's like little waffly bits of stuff. Hi, Beth. I'm just trying to put this in the little crevices of her ear, up under where there would be some shadow on her little face. Once you start coloring, you never, at least me anyway, you forget how much there is to do on a color page. And I'm going to use, let's see what this is, a chestnut. Let me use a little chestnut here. Okay, Peggy. Geez, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. You have a good evening. If I don't see you, have a wonderful holiday. Roy says you have your nails rocking tonight. Thank you, Roy. This has been one of my favorite colors. This is these are, for lack of a better term, like press-on nails. They're do-it-yourself. They're wonderful. They're called nail dashes. And the variety of color is amazing. People have asked me the color, but I can't really tell you because it doesn't come out of a bottle. Can you see her little ear peeking out there? Okay, let's come down her little face. How many little bags of treats do you have to make, Roy? Oh, I should have went in with this first. I have utility nails as they are used. That's what they used to call them. See, I went in with that. I probably could erase that. I went in with that darker color first instead of layering it up. A dozen or so. Oh, that's nice. So my grandson, age 4, says to me the other day, when we were over there Saturday, they call me Amma. Amma, do you want to hear my Christmas song? So I'm thinking, because right before that, he had said his little speech he has to say for his school. He's in preschool, and the preschool is at a church, and they have a little program. Well, he's the guy that welcomes everybody and tells them, I hope they enjoy this show. And then he's also a shepherd. So that's where my mind is. And I'm thinking it's going to be, like a hymn type or a Christmas carol. And he starts singing, Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day. Yeah, he's so cute. He knew all the words. Not what I was expecting. Yeah, it's so light you guys can't even see it yet. I'm trying to see myself. I don't have my readers down. I'm just using my regular glasses. I just love coloring faces. Oh, he's a hoot. He did good though. Usually he has to have a timeout or something while we're there, but he was good. All right, let's bring in a little bit of the regular peach. I should show you a picture my sister sent. So my niece took her boys to have Christmas pictures taken, and her little one, he's just a little over a year old. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. And they don't know if something's going on with him or not. They're having some testing done, but the kid, he um he throws up quite a bit. Like right now, they have him off dairy, seeing if it's a dairy thing, and He always seems hungry to me. But of course, he's 1. His brother's 3. They were not in good spirits when mom took them to have her oh, I don't have my phone. And, she took them I don't know where she took them to have their picture taken, some studio. And there's this great big cup that the kids can sit in, and of course, my niece Monica, she's got them dressed, real cute. And, so my great nephew Grayson is in the big coffee cup, and he's sitting very calmly, and Griffin is really having a meltdown and a bad day, and he is, like, laying sideways over his brother's lap, half hanging out of the coffee cup. It is a stitch. He just wasn't having it. He just was not having it. Did not want to be in that picture. Okay, Roy, I won't tell her. Mum's the word. Now I'm trying to use really light pressure, but this darker color is really coming out. Try to get under here. Well, barely touching. Of course, not having any black doesn't help, right? I don't know if you guys can really even see what I'm doing. Because it's so, the skin tone is so light. Now I'm going in an opposite direction than I did initially, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not. When I look at this in the daylight tomorrow, it might look not so good. Now I did pull out that salmon color. What do they call it? They call it salmon pink. Now that's a little easier to see. It's in silver, but it might be just like the way that I'm catching the light. I'll put a little bit of that on her cheek. So what does everybody have for their holiday meal? Peggy was saying she had a pork loin thawing out and a brisket. We do a beef, like a rump roast, I guess it is. When I was a kid growing up, we always had turkey dinner. But mom got tired of always being in the kitchen and having to do that kind of a meal. So as when we got older, although it was probably more of a hassle when we were younger, she switched it to a beef. Roy's gonna have ham. You only have ham. We have ham at Easter. As my daughter would say, ham. That's her favorite. The ham. My favorite meal is New Year's Day. We have pork and sauerkraut. And that's my fave. I can start to see her face a little bit now. Yeah, I've got a scratch right here and right here. Now I'm storing my drafting film in a pocket file, but maybe I need to put some tissue around it because I think that's probably how it got scratched. Oh, oh, when you were a kid, you had lamb for, yeah, I guess probably a lot of people do. Christmas was ham. Oh, sauerbraten. I don't think I even know what that is. I've heard it. I've heard of it, but I don't know that I know it, really know what it is. Sounds good. I can just partially start to see her little face. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just starting to come alive a little bit. I don't know what color I want to do her eye. I pulled out this blue. Let me try this blue. Oh, I really should, How do I usually do their eyes? I think I'm going to put the color all the way in here. Night, Kathy. Okay, you take care and have a great holiday if I don't see you. So what is sauerbraten? Sounds like something I should have been on the look for when I was in Europe. Putting some indigo blue around the edge of her eye. Pickle a piece of, oh, pot roast beef for a few days and then cook it like a brisket. Then there's the potato. Oh, oh my goodness, that sounds like heaven to me. It sounds wunderbar. I wish I had black. I don't have any black out here with me. Oh, I wonder if I have black in here. Hold, please. I don't remember seeing a black. Oh, wait a minute. Is this black? Dark brown. That's a different brand. I don't know what that brand would do. Don't you just love when somebody's rifling through their pencils? Not. Oh, wait a minute. Here I have some bundled for a certain project. I didn't even know these were here. Maybe I have black in here. I should. That's that, and oh, it's blue indigo. Why? How could I not have any black? Oh, that's very troublesome, I do say. I think I have a black in this other brand. It's called Black Widow. I think this one's a black. Well, it says Chalkatone. Chalktone. See, these are all like. We have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let me see if I can get this over top of my blue to make a really nice dark pupil. I almost just said pupil. I said it anyway. Dark pupil. Well, I think I'm going to get going because I have a hat to finish. I'd like to finish that hat tonight. I would. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I wish I wish you guys could maybe see it a little better, but it's almost like I feel like a Disney person. I feel like Disney people would color on stuff like this. I don't know where I get these things. I think I'm probably very, very incorrect about that, but you know how the Disney people would like color something and they lay it back down, then they put another character on or something. Let me put this little leaf. Let's color this on our little face. I put a couple of these books on my Amazon wish list for my kids. I'm hoping one of them get me one. Okay, Sharon, thank you. Have a good evening. Have a wonderful holiday. It looks a little better. There's just so much to do. Let's put a little white around here. See, and then I just get fussing around and then I never stop. Gotta go make the hat. All right. Well, thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for indulging me, letting me color on my drafting film. It is cool. It is really cool. Okay, Roy, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. You take care. Have a great holiday. All right, folks, I'm going to get rolling myself. I'm going to get on into the comfy chair, reheat my coffee, and hopefully get my hat just about finished. So thank you for joining me this evening. And let's see. I am planning to stream Thursday morning at 10. I won't be streaming Sunday, I don't believe, because that's Christmas. I don't think I'll be home. So take care. And don't forget to take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I hope to see you all soon. Have a great evening. And if I don't see you before Sunday, have a wonderful holiday, everyone. Take care. Stay healthy. I'll see y'all soon. Bye bye.